What is your background in automotive engineering?
So I graduated from university with a degree in mechanical engineering. Went straight into an automotive engineering position as a process engineer responsible for robotic welding. Then moved into more project work, but always focused on the process side of automotive rather than the design side.
Okay, what would you say is your current position in the industry?
My current position is industrial strategy. My title is industrial strategy and projects. So I look at the development of the industrial footprint. When we have programs to quote, I define which facility those projects should go into. I perform make or buy studies on products, whether we should produce them in-house or whether we should buy them. And then on the project side, I'm primarily responsible for all the real estate projects, so any new facilities, any expansions of facilities, that's what comes under my control, but also any special automation projects that we have ongoing.
Okay, what competition, if any, would you say there is between engineers within this company?
I don't think there's a great deal of competition. We work very well as a team. Forcia promotes teamwork rather than competition.
Okay, what advice would you have for any up-and-coming automotive engineers?
I think getting lots of industrial experience. You can learn whatever you want at college. Putting it, using it in the industrial environment is what's important, and getting that industrial experience while you're at college will make everything make more sense. Also, it'll give you a good stepping stone into the industry.
What would you say your typical workday is like?
For me right now, I spend about probably 50% of my time out of the office, 50% in. So on a Monday, I'll come into the office, clear my inbox of emails, attend a few meetings. Typically Tuesday through Thursday, I'm out at the various manufacturing plants doing some project work, meeting with the teams out there that are doing some project work for me. And then Friday, typically back in the office again, clearing up from the week.
Okay, what would you say, or what level of secrecy is there in your work, if any, really?
Internally, no, no secrecy at all. Where we have to be careful is when we're interacting with engineers from competitors. In that case, we need to keep our new ideas to ourselves and not share them.
What would you say is the most efficient way for you to get your work done?
Difficult one to answer that one. I think one of my pet peeves is the amount of meetings that we have to attend and the amount of duplication of work that we do, because we're having to explain to more than one individual the same piece of information. So it would be more efficient if we could get everyone together and talk about a subject once rather than doing it over and over again.
Okay. As a company, how do you tend to deal with tasks or projects?
So we have a very structured program management system. It's 5 phases, 4 gates. So it starts with a request for estimate from a customer. They will send us an RFQ. We will quote it. That's phase 1. Phase 2 of the project is the design phase, and that's actually split into 2 phases, phase 2A and 2B. 2A is prototype, 2B is hard tool. Phase 3 is pre-production, so this would be off tool, off process in the plant. Phase 4 is launch, and then phase 5 is serial production. So it's very structured, and within those different phases you get specific work packages that you need to complete with very detailed explanations of what you need to do.
All right. How would you describe the workplace environment throughout the company?
Very typical of what you see here. I mean, it's typically an open office. Directors and above typically get offices, personal offices. The environment is always very collaborative, open, sharing. It's a nice place to work.
How do you differentiate yourself from other engineers to make yourself stand out?
Me personally, I don't try to necessarily stand out. I try to make my results count. So I guess maybe I do then. I'm results oriented, so my performance in my job is how I feel I stand out over and above other people.
Okay. How does the company differentiate itself from other suppliers or competitors?
So we're in a fairly competitive field of vehicle interiors. One thing that Forcia focuses on is innovation. Okay, so a lot of our competitors are just purely assembly. Companies they don't do any design work. They don't do any innovation. They don't bring new products to the market. So that's one thing that Forcia invests heavily in, is the innovation side.
Do you believe from your current position here that you could move up the ladder in a sense?
Yes. I mean, there's huge opportunities. We're a global company, 110,000 employees worldwide, and pretty much, well, we're in every continent apart from Australia. We supply nearly every OEM around the world apart from probably Toyota. Not a lot of work with Toyota. So we have the opportunities to move within a division. We're in the North American division, which covers Canada, US, and Mexico. But I also have opportunities anywhere in the world that Forcia does business, and they really encourage their employees to travel and experience different opportunities.
Okay. Engineering as a whole is seen as a male-dominant field. Do you see any trend of that becoming more balanced between males and females?
I do here. I mean, Forcia has it's not really a project, but it's an ongoing desire to integrate diversity into the workplace. It's not just male, female, it's also different races as well. We are definitely seeing a lot more female engineers coming into this environment, and we're trying to create a work-life balance and an environment that attracts both male and female and on all races.
Okay, and then lastly, what would you say is the worst thing or the best and the worst thing about engineering, and why, or your job specifically?
For me, the best thing is a sense of achievement when you succeed with a project. You can spend up to 18 months working on a project, and to see that product launch successfully with no quality issues, that's just awesome. On the worst side, specifically in automotive sector, there's a lot of pressure. Okay, so we have very demanding customers that need to launch a vehicle to a specific schedule, so they will not accept any delays. So it's a very demanding sector to work in, but it's interesting as well, and it's exciting in the same way. So,
okay, thank you.